Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know you're busy saving a lot of lives, and so just being here and joining our live is really amazing. And I'm Michelle O'Connor, and our aim today is to talk through how it is that we can help you to make your private practice profitable. Now, one of the things that I've learned from working with other solo medical practitioners is that we sometimes want to do things alone and we get into the space of feeling overwhelmed. We get into the space of not having time for ourselves or our families. And it can also lead to us not liking our business anymore or just seeing it as work and seeing it as pressuring and seeing it as overwhelming. And so I wanted to just come on and talk to you a little bit this morning about some of the strategies that you can implement that has been successful for some of my clients that can help you to move along. Now, we're in a virtual space, and it's always good to know that, persons are here with us and they're connecting and listening. And so our word for today, if I say something that resonates with you, if I say something that you're like, you know what, I can totally see myself going through that or doing that, drop profit in the chat. So that's the word we're using. Anything, if you're like, I want more, drop profit, and we can always connect after. So we're going to be looking at 5 things today. We're going to be talking about surrendering. We're going to be talking about how it is that you can use AI as your friend, not doing things alone. Also, thinking about the fact that you're not just a doctor or a medical practitioner, but you're also a business owner, and how as well you can offer a luxury experience for your clients. And those are some of the things that can help you to elevate your business. So let's talk about surrendering. That's hard for a lot of us. I acknowledge that. It's hard because sometimes we've poured so much into this business that we love. And now we need to hand over some of it to somebody else, and that can be hard. But the thing about it is, I want you to acknowledge the fact that you've been doing things alone for a while. You've been planning and you've been strategizing. And what I found in my experience in strategic planning, it's very hard for the brain to work on both at the same time. It's hard for us to be strategic, and it's also hard for us to be operational at the same time. And because of that, you get yourself into this spin where you're constantly spinning, you are constantly trying to figure things out, you're constantly working through, all right, am I going to try and meet the next client's demand, or am I going to figure out where's my business in 5 years from now? And that is where planning comes in. So when you surrender, what you do is that you offer up yourself for somebody to help you plan. You offer yourself for somebody to sit with you, take all the ideas that you have in your mind for your business and put it in a format where you can get up every day and just work. You don't have to think about what am I doing next year? What am I doing the following year? Also, what it does for you when you plan out your business, you can also think about where it is that I see myself. So I've clients who have said to me, Michelle, I only want to work five days for the week, or I want to work 3 days for the week. When you plan, what you're able to do is figure out, okay, if I'm going to be working 5 days for the week, what does that look like for me as a solo? What does that look like in terms of the number of hours that I'm working? Do I need somebody else to come and work with me, or am I doing it alone? So planning helps you to do that. And when you treat your business, your practice like a business, then you know that you're not just coming every day and trying to make the next dollar. You're thinking about 5 years, 10 years, where's my business going and what will I need to have in place to get that done. Another thing you're able to do when you plan is you can think through, do I want to continue working in my business? Do I want to sell my business, or do I want to be a director and get dividends? So planning helps you to do that. And I really want you to think about how it is that we can incorporate planning in that. The next thing is, and this may be hard for some of us. So remember, if I'm saying anything that resonates with you, drop profits. Let me know that you're there and that it's resonating. Like, yes, Michelle, I know I need to surrender, but it can be hard. So go ahead and share that. The other thing is I know you have your certifications and everything, but you are not just a doctor. Once you open a private practice, you're not just a doctor, you're now a business owner. And when you're a business owner, it calls for you to think a little bit differently. There are things that you need to know about your business that maybe when you were a doctor working in a hospital or maybe working with another private practice owner, you didn't need to know. One thing, one of those things are you need to know what your numbers are. Now, knowing your numbers helps you to know where your profit is coming from. And one of my clients put it beautifully. She's like, I need to remind my accountant that they don't work for the government, they work for me. What that means is when we have accountants, what happens is they're filing our taxes so we can, they're doing our numbers and preparing our financial statements so we can meet a deadline for filing our taxes. But understanding your numbers is great for you. Let's think about it. As a medical practitioner, the average profit that you get is 35%. Your profit margin is 35%. What does that mean in layman terms? If you earn $100 from a client, you are taking in $35 in profit. Now, if you know what that is, what you're able to do is you're able to think about, all right, which one of my products or services are most profitable? Where is my money coming from? What do I need to change? Okay, 65% is cost is paying for operating the business. What amount of that is salaries? What amount of that is my overheads? What amount of that is for rent or for the space I'm in? When you can know your numbers like that, you can work through, all right, I may have a product or a service that's a loss leader. That's okay because that is bringing persons in the door. That is how you know need to think about your business. If you don't know your numbers, then you're just constantly showing up and you're not really being intentional about where you're putting your effort. So you need to know your numbers. You need to know what's working for you, what's not working. You need to know where your money is going. No, one of the other things that persons have asked is, all right, you know what, Michelle? I have somebody who's working with me and I'm paying a percentage of revenue. Does it make sense? You can know if it makes sense if you know the numbers and ask your accountants questions. They will provide the financials in accounting terms. But one of the things you need to do is ask them, what does it mean? Have them give you percentages beside your numbers so you're working through it and it makes sense to you. So remember, if this is resonating, go ahead, drop profit, and also feel free to schedule your consultation calls with us. We want to make your business profitable. So we're working on profitable private practice. That is what we want for you. That is our aim. So drop profit in the chat if this is resonating with you. So remember, we covered surrendering. We spoke about the fact that you're not just a doctor, you're now a business owner. And that is why it's important for you to also surrender because we get it. One of my clients said to me, Michelle, I didn't do business in medical school, so I don't understand operating a business. And that is okay. That is why it's good when you have somebody beside you holding your hand and helping you to work things through. The thing is, master one thing. We are human beings. We are very creative. We know a lot of things and we have a lot of ideas. And sometimes what we end up doing is crowding our space by doing a lot. No, and I'm speaking also from experience. I do strategic planning. I can do strategic planning for just about any organizations. But I've realized that persons who have their private practice are the ones who are having challenges. So I'm supporting you. When you narrow down your services, people can hear your name and it clicks. You know, Dr. Phil, he's a mental health professional. He has zoned in on that. I'm sure there are many other things he could have done, but he has spent the last over 30 years having a show that focuses on mental health and bring families together. You think about Dr. Miami, say what you want to say, but guess what? If I want to make some changes to my body, I know that is a person I'm going to go to. If you're even a dentist, yes, there are many things that you in the dentistry world, but what if you focus on teeth whitening? Have your people think about you for one thing. And when you're able to do that, you can always layer on other things if you want in the future. But when they can hear your name, they're not like, oh, I wonder if. I know also OBGYN where she focuses only on pediatric pregnancies. So if I'm over a certain age pregnant, I need to immediately think that that is the person I'm going to be going to. So master one thing. When you do that as well, what it does, it declutters your marketing. So you don't have to think that selling today, I'm selling one thing, then tomorrow I'm selling this. I've been reading the book, and one thing it said to us is if your clients have to be doing earning credits, trying to figure out what you offer, what you're doing, then they're gonna stop. Because we don't want our brains to be burning calories. We want to just look at you and that is what I'm doing. This is what I'm offering. So master one thing, declutter your brain. Two medical practitioners that come to mind is Dr. Um, Terry Dubrow and Paul Nassif, because I watched their show and they do botch. No, you know very clearly that I did a plastic surgery and it was botched. I'm going to this person that they can fix me. So master one thing, don't feel as though because you're not doing everything you learned in medical school or in your practice that it means you're forgetting those patients. No, what you're doing is making yourself to go and serve persons in this environment and also allow somebody else to serve others. So drop profit in the chat. This makes sense. You know, I have a lot of products, Michelle. I have a lot of services. I don't think I want to give up any. How can you talk me through that? And then also remember the link is in the chat for the for you to book your consultation if this is something that you are interested in. Thank you so much, guys who are on. So the other thing that I want you to think about is AI is your friend. Now, for a lot of us, we are scared of AI. You know, we probably feel that AI is going to take over our lives and we don't want to submit. Or as I used the word earlier, we don't want to surrender. But the truth about it is, once you get into it, it makes your life so much easier. So I made a post yesterday about using, your communication with your clients. And this is something for me that I've seen. One of the things I said was don't treat your clients like they're ATMs. No, we don't want you to only communicate when we have an appointment. Oh, when we have this appointment. How about you communicate with us and provide us tips and strategies on how we can improve our lives on a, make our lives more healthy, make changes that can positively impact. Now, one of the ways you can do that is using AI. Do a video, think about the topics that you want to talk about for the month. What would I want to share with my clients about this particular topic? And when you start writing it down, you find you come up with like 100 different topics. Do your videos, hire somebody to help you to write those emails. You don't have to pressure yourself, send one email for the week, and then you also bring that goes up into your social media content. Now, that is what will now help you to be present for your clients so they don't you're not just seeing once every 6 months if you're a dentist or once per year if you're a radiologist or I have a follow-up appointment so therefore I'm only going to come when I have my shadow appointment. No, I think that you care about me enough to always be communicating. So I have a client, one of the things that she does body scanning, and what that does for her is when she scans the body, she's able to identify different aspects that needs improvement. And you book a floor consultation call. What was happening for her is she didn't see that product as profitable, that service as profitable because the clients were coming in for follow up. I'm like, automate the emails that will go to them, automate reminders. People are busy. Yes, we want it, but it doesn't mean that there are other things that are happening in our lives. We take up our phones to confirm the appointment, or kids' school might call, you get a notification about something like is happening. So you can utilize so many different AI tools that can come and help you in your business. No, you don't have to think that you're doing it alone. Remember, we talked about thinking about your business, you practice as a business. You're not doing it alone. What you're doing is you're giving yourself the room to go and focus on your area, your zone of genius, as we call it, by hiring somebody who has the skills to help you. in your business. And don't think, okay, no, every time you hear about hiring or anything like that, you hear about, but what it does, you are now able to get somebody who is on contract. Person doesn't have to be a permanent employee. But when you free your mind from these things, you will realize. And again, remember, let me know. Profit is the word. And book your consultation call if needed. Now, the last thing that we want to talk about is providing a luxury experience. You will find that when you deliver exceptional client experience for your customers, they will come back. Like no doubt. People will pay for what they value. And as one of my friends put it, you will go to your doctor's office. There are few things that doctors aren't known for. Sometimes persons think they're always late. You don't want to always be late because you develop a track record. Persons will stay with you, but you don't just want persons to see you, you want them to refer you to others. No, I might come, I'm going to this place for a while and I am okay with the service, but I will not refer you. You want when persons come into your practice that they feel valued, heard, and they feel loved. That can only happen if you show up, if you are present, if you make them feel welcome, have somebody welcome them once they walk in, not the receptionist being busy and then just deciding, oh, you're here, have a seat, fill out this form. Oh, I've already completed a form. So you want to offer an experience for your persons where your clients where they feel like, you know what, things are happening and I just love it. Whether it is kids, you might offer them a candy when they walk in. It's Christmas. How about we do some Christmas hats, or if you celebrate that, we're changing our scrubs, you name it. Find different things that can help to show up and be present for your customers so they feel valued. Um, the medical space, or just about any space, is very competitive. Persons are graduating, or persons are relating to others. It's changing. Also, remember that your demographic is aging out, regardless of what your age is aging out. And so you want generation to keep coming to you. How are you going to do that? You have to make sure that you're making them feel welcome, make sure that they're feeling valued, they're feeling heard. I don't have to think that, this service at this place was so horrible, I am just never going back. Another thing you can do in terms of offering a luxury experience, understand your clients, whether you're doing a survey and getting feedback from them. How was your experience today? And this is how we go back to the previous one, which is about AI, because what you can do is an appointment for them. By the end of the day, I should be getting an email that is asking me how was the experience today. I know I can, and it's just 1 or 2 questions. And so those are just some of the things that I wanted to share with you and think about how you are turning your practice. You're turning your practice into $1 million business. You're constantly growing because consistency is what is going to make the difference. And you can do that through these 5 steps that we spoke about: surrendering and having a plan. Very important. Surrendering and having a plan. Remember that you are not just a doctor, you are not a business owner. You know numbers. You want to make sure that you know where your business is going. You want to know what the plan is for the next 5 years. So you can create your operating hours around that. You're mastering one thing. And mastering one thing doesn't mean you forget about everybody else. You're mastering this one thing so your clients can know you for one thing and they come to you for one thing. Remember, AI is your friend. You are picking up and loving AI through automation and helping automation to make your life much, much easier and providing a luxury client experience. When your clients feel valued, they will always refer you. They will always tell their friends and their families about you. You know what happened to this place was excellent. You must go. I hope you found the information valuable. Remember, anything I said resonated. And if even if you're watching this on repeat, drop profit in the chat and we can always connect and talk after as we look to make your business profitable. Now, if you have any questions, I'm just scanning the chat to see if I have any. There are two things that I normally get from my clients. And one is how can we gather and use information, patient feedback to make more informed decisions about our business. I always encourage persons when you collect data from your clients, data is to be used. No, we give you our names, we give you our entire family history. And so you have that information to ask us questions. I'm sitting in the waiting area. One of the things my doctor advised me is when you come in for your checkup or your appointment, and we ask you to sit. We're asking to sit because sometimes coming to the doctor can get a little anxious. So getting your pressure down and just making sure that you're relaxed before you do your original checkup. While I'm sitting there, you could ask me a question, give me a survey. It can be one or two questions. It can be automated if you've been using technology, and then you use that information to improve your service. It could be about anything. It could be maybe you just started a new practice, a new offer, and you want to find out how persons are feeling. Or because you've done your planning and because you're checking on your numbers, you want to know why is this service low? What do you think about or blank or teeth whitening? What do you think about your therapy room? What do you think about our post-surgery service? You could be asking clients those questions, and it can just be five faces, whether they're very pleased or they are not pleased. And then you use that information now to improve your service. One other thing I recommend persons to do is always advise your clients when you've utilized their information, when you utilize your suggestions. So a client has made a suggestion for something, you implemented it, go ahead and say thanks to our clients and thank you so much for your feedback. We heard you, we went ahead, we've changed the room, we've let them know. So always utilize the information so that your clients know and communicate with them so they know when you listen to them. So remember, profitable private practice is what we're helping you to achieve. Go ahead and drop profit in the chat if that resonates. So another question that I get from clients is about partnership. And one of the clients asked me, are there opportunities for collaboration with other healthcare providers or organizations to enhance our services? My answer is yes, yes, and I have a client who does platelet. She call it PRP. It's a plasma process where you want to renew your hair, but it includes pulling off blood. She doesn't like that part of the process. She likes the results. She likes to actually inject it in the area and also watch for the results and do the follow-up consultation. No, instead of just foregoing, because she doesn't had part of the work, that service was not being very profitable for her. And so instead of doing that, we're like, what if you brought on an additional nurse who has the skills to help you in other areas of your business, but you're also doing this? And it works. That is partnership. That is somebody coming in. Also, if you plan your business out, you may not want to work 5 days for the week, but you may have another practitioner who have the skills that you also need, who can work a few days and you're doing a revenue share. No, you can work that out, but remember, you need to plan to do that. So in planning, you can work through how am I going to be utilizing partnership or how can partnership help me? We first want to talk through what does your business days look like? What does your work days look like? What are those services that you offer that you absolutely love? It brings joy to your face. You're very excited about doing it. And then we can think through how it is that we can utilize partnerships to do that. Still checking in the chat. Go ahead. If you are thinking about partnership, drop profit in the chat and let me know that you're there. And remember, when we think about your private practice being profitable, it is not just about the money that you're going to be getting, but a lot of us, we love our businesses. You started because you saw a need in a community or, wherever you lived, and you want it to continue. You want it to be sustainable. And in making it profitable, you are ensuring that it is living on beyond you. We're creating legacies. We're not just doing a business, so we can make some money and exit. but you're creating a legacy that can go on. And once you get your expertise in that area, you are known for that one thing. You can do speaking engagements, you can write books, you can impact so many different lives. So that is what we do private practice and just help you to create that life that you desire. Whatever that life is, you plan your business around it. Now, one other question I get is around marketing. Persons sometimes don't, they're not willing to maybe show their faces, give their testimonials, and that sometimes can have, as, when your business, you feel like you don't do a testimonial. Another way around that, have them one, you can have them speak about it, and you can just write it and encourage for clients. Write it word for word based on how the client said it. You may want to fix up some of the words if you want, but if I am reading your testimonials, a lot of times I can tell when it's not really from the client. It sounds, like it was polished. If the client isn't okay doing a video, just have them write. Is it okay if I use your picture? If it's a before and after, can I show that part of your body without your face or without your eyes? Because once probably see the eyes, you know who the person is. But go ahead and share it and see how it is that persons respond. I saw the other day somebody said, Beyonce is one of the most successful introverted persons there is, but yes, she has a strategy around how she shows up and how she makes her money. I'm sure she does that because when you are planning for your business, you're planning around you. You're not just looking at your competition and saying, I want to be exactly like them. I am planning around what I can offer and what I can offer right now. And so I encourage you, as you think about growing your business, look on a business may not be in your field that you think is successful or a business that you keep going back to. You know what? No matter how much or how high their prices go, I am always going to be going back to them. And ask yourself why. Why am I going back to this company? What is it that they are doing that I can do? The methodology is the same. It's the same in the music industry. It's the same in the beauty industry. You name it. It's just about getting somebody to help you around that. So those are the questions that we have so far, and I do hope that you found the information here useful, and if anything at all resonated, profitable private practice is here to help you to build and maintain a sustainable business, a sustainable practice where your clients can come and feel loved. You don't have to feel exhausted. You don't have to feel like you're always feeding off yourself. You can't take vacation. We are here in profitable private practice to help you to do that. So go ahead and book your consultation call. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on and share with us this morning. Look out for more. And I'm always here, happy to serve. Click link in my bio or just message me, Profit, and we will talk. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and thank you for coming on.